Always takes me a minute. Okay, and now I'm going to share my screen. All right. All right, can you guys all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Getting better every single time. All right, so it is October 30th, Tuesday night before Halloween. We are going to just kind of kick things off, take care of some housekeeping things, and really start talking about the end of the year. It's crazy that this year is already over with, but I got my Diamond Insider email today from Beachbody, and thinking about their promotions tells me that as a whole of a company, things are probably tougher right now. And I've been talking about that for the last couple weeks, that this end of the quarter is tough. And I know that we are all feeling that right now. But the most exciting thing is leading into the Success Club board. We have so many, and I'm going to mute you guys because I am hearing myself echo, and it's like, ew, I hate hearing my voice. Okay, so this Success Club board, you guys, we haven't had this many names on here in a while, and I am so freaking proud of all of you guys. We've got myself and Nikki coming in at 8 right now, Ashley at 4, Madison, Samantha, and Molly coming in at 2. So this just tells me that we are helping women get started in the busiest season of everybody's lives. Like, you can't name a busier season than the holidays. We have so much going on, and the fact that you can portray and spread this positivity to this many women when we've been talking about how challenging it is incredible. So we should be so proud of ourselves right now, just because we are doing some very, very good things for so many women. And I know, talking to Molly today, she's like, I'm so excited for her new boot camper to just get some health in her life, because she just knows that she needs it so much. And that's why we do this. That's what we got into this business for. So really, really proud of you all. We still have tonight and tomorrow to hopefully get some more numbers up there and then kick off November. So some housekeeping things. I briefly want to touch upon, I reached out to an upline somewhere higher than all of us that I see in my coach office all the time. Her name is Natanya Downs, and I reached out to her back in July, just kind of introducing myself, because I've always seen her name and I'm like, who is this mythical person that I see in my office? So I reached out to her on Instagram, and she's like, I see you, like, in my downline, you're doing some amazing things, blah, blah, blah. And, Danielle has kind of taken Run Wild, Hustle, and Shine. So she's the Run Wild part of it. As we all saw, if you know Mackenzie, if you've been around for a while, Mackenzie's kind of been on and off, on and off. So I feel like that other team page that we're a part of is mostly Danielle and her page. The Inspire Beautiful is us and everything that we're doing, and we're really growing and getting some good momentum. I wanted to reach out to this upline to just see if I could learn any tips from somebody who's not in our bubble. I've been with Danielle and Mackenzie my entire journey, and I'm just, wanting to see, is there anything else out there? So I'm in that team page right now, and I'm going to feel it out for a little while. And Natanya told me that if I wanted to invite some of my coaches to this team page, to feel free. I don't want to overwhelm anybody, especially new coaches, with like this team page. So I'm just going to stay in there right now, feel it out, see if I actually think it's worth it. If it is, and you're a leader in the team, I will definitely open this option up to you, but I don't want to waste anybody's time with it. So let me feel it out for a little while. Any resources that I get from this, I will absolutely share with you. The personal development document that I shared over the weekend, as well as a new coach 5-day training, is from this team page. So I'm already, sharing things. So if you ever see Shine Fitness, that's where this is coming from. So just bear with me here, kind of figuring some stuff out. So that's kind of what that's all about. So I got my newsletter today for November from Beachbody, and I am so freaking excited about this promotion. Every single challenge pack is $20 off. So all access challenge pack, that is what we typically get women started with, $160. It's now going to be $140 for the entire month of November. That's huge, you guys. If anybody wants to get set up on 80-Day Obsession, that challenge pack is usually $180, $160. We've got to take advantage of this. We're really pushing, and this is kind of like my clue that maybe like a lot of people are struggling with getting the numbers up there when they're, putting a promotion this big into place. But hey, I'm going to use it for my advantage. I'm going to shift my wording for the month of November, as you should too, to talk about it as a sale, a promotion. I don't really like the word sale because then it kind of comes across as salesy, but throwing around the word like promotion, that's only going to last for a very short time. And I wouldn't even say like it lasts all month, like just use the words like it's a short time, because they don't need to know that they have 30 days to like pull the trigger. The other housekeeping item is Summit. So the $145 price ends tomorrow. I've been to Summit the last 2 years. This is the cheapest it will ever be. I've, in the last 2 years, always have been the person to buy my ticket last minute. I think almost both years I've gotten it in May, and Summit's been June, July. So totally fine if you wait, but if you want to save money, register now. Because too, I'm sure that you've been getting the emails about the Summit cash incentive, and I didn't really learn about that. But you can only earn the Summit cash incentive, which is $200, if you register for Summit by tomorrow. So if you register in November, you can't get the Summit $200, the cash incentive. So if you register by tomorrow, you're a Diamond Coach or below, and you hit Success Club October, November, and December, you get the $200. So I'm a Diamond Coach right now, so I am on track to hopefully earn that $200. I've just got to hit Success Club November and December, and they've never done this before. So I'm really excited that I could have $200 in my pocket to go to Summit with. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you're on the fence about Summit, do it. Spend the $145. You guys, it's a business game changer. If you're loving the vibes and you're loving everything, get to Summit. Figure out a way. Make it a non-negotiable. Get to Summit. I know Ashley is like pulling teeth to change flights that she already has booked to make it work. Like if you're dedicated, like you will find a way to make this work. We get hotel rooms. We do photo shoots. You are in the most amazing trainings. And from what I'm learning about this year's Summit upcoming is they're going to change it around a lot to have a lot more meaningful workshops for where you are in your business. It's seriously, I can't stress it enough. It's such a good experience. And if you're a brand new coach coming into this, if you buy the $145 ticket like tonight or tomorrow to take advantage of this deal, and then you hit Success Club your first 3 months in a row, so like November, December, January, you get reimbursed because they pay for your ticket for Summit. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you have any questions, ask me. All right, moving on. Coach Holiday Hustle. Okay, so this just started. It was this idea that I had. I was kind of playing around with some different like beat your best accountability pieces for our team because the end of the year is difficult. So I wanted ways to keep us accountable. So you need to go in and update this document every single Sunday. If I haven't already, I will pin it to the announcements of the top of our team page so that you can easily access it. And I'll send out a Sunday reminder on the team page. Hey, don't forget, go in and update this. If you're not on it and you want to be, let me know. It's a really quick fix. We can all edit this document. All you need to do is put in your Success Club points and your followers, because we definitely want our followers to be growing. So we want to track that as well. We'll obviously clear it out every single month. There are tabs on the bottom. If you haven't looked at it, go through and look at that. As you hit Success Club, I send you goodies. So if you hit Success Club 5, you get either a B brand headband or a personal development book from me. If you hit Success Club 10, you get your choice of water bottle, shaker bottle, coffee mug, whatever your choice of cup is. I will send you that. And then if you hit Success Club 20 plus, you get a pair of leggings from me. So I'm hoping that with some incentives and some goodies, this will motivate you guys to hit Success Club over the next 2 months to round out the year. Again, you still have October too. I will do a final check like after tomorrow. So tomorrow's the end of October and it's not a Sunday. I will go through and I will do a final check to make sure I'm not missing anybody hitting certain numbers on the final day. So don't feel like, you know, just because our month ends on a Tuesday and you hit it, that you're not going to get it because you didn't go through and update it. But you've got to stay on updating your points every Sunday, because if you're not, I'm not going to send you stuff, because like this is you and you got to be a boss and you got to own your stuff. So that's my little snippet about that. If you have any questions on Holiday Hustle, let me know. All right, November calendar. So if you have not watched the National Wake Up Call from this week, definitely do it. She had a lot of good tips and ideas for how to stay accountable within your team as a coach, not like for your boot campers or anything, but for you and your business. So I want to try to implement things, and it's going to look different for our team than how she described it, just because we're not full-time. I'm not full-time. I don't have time to do all the stuff that she does because this is my part-time gig. So I was thinking about like, how could I make this work for us? So again, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. This will make a lot more sense. But in our team page, the header now is just going to be our team name. I'm not going to do like the monthly dates. I'm going to make a monthly calendar. And I can hopefully show you, can I pull this up right now, what I'm working with. Okay, let me see. So you can see how old my computer is because it's moving like a turtle. That's December, that's messy. Okay, so you can kind of see I'm working on the November one right now. So every Sunday I have in there to remind you to do your Holiday Hustle check-in. Every Monday I have national wake-up calls. I have our boot camp dates. I have our sneak peek. I have our team calls, rank recognition. This is just to give us a month at a glance to look at. So I'm going to be pinning each new monthly calendar to the top of our team page. Again, if you want to be on these team calls, you'll look at this calendar, you'll add it to whatever calendar that you use. Okay, you're in charge of your own business. And I'm hoping that by giving you the whole month at a glance, you can look through it and you can start writing down these important things. This is still in the works. I'm still working through the sneak peek date. So that's why I haven't posted it yet. But what I want to start doing on Mondays, so the National Wake Up Call talked about doing weekly accountability check-ins. So instead of goal setting at the beginning of the month for the entire month, like that is great and that is amazing. And I still like believe that we should set big, scary goals for ourselves for the month. But I also feel like how she said that we need to take it smaller and really chunk up our goals for week by week, that it's a lot more manageable and not so overwhelming, so that like if you have an off day, if you have an off week and you kind of get like lost in the shuffle, that all of a sudden you don't blink and it's the end of the month and you're like, crap, but I had these goals at the beginning of the month. So what I want to do is every single Monday, I want us to set a weekly goal for ourselves for what we want to accomplish by the next Monday. I also want these to be personal goals. This is going to be new. We'll get some kinks worked out of it, but we're going to start on this upcoming Monday, the 5th. So it'll just be a little post, and I just want you to think small. I just want you to think for the week. I want to get 1 boot camper. I want to get in 4 workouts, and I want to finish my personal development book, or I want to go to this yoga class that I've been really wanting to take, or I want to have Wine Wednesday with my girlfriends that I haven't seen in a while. Whatever your personal goal is, throw that in there too, okay? This is to make our lives better, not just from our business, but in all aspects of our lives. So really take it small, make it manageable. And so then you can actually think to yourself, so if I want to get one boot camper this week, what do I have to do? How many people should I be talking to? How many new women should I be connecting with? And then it's not like the scary, like, oh crap, like I have to get 3 people, like blah, and you just get overwhelmed. Go small, chunk it up, slow down. The other thing that she talked about was hustle hours. And so what this is whenever coach got on to work their business, if they had like 30 minutes to an hour to actually sit down and designate. And I know like some days for me, I'm solely a power pocket person. Like I don't ever sit down for like a full hour some days. And I'm just like, I'm here, I'm there, I'm wherever. But like tonight, like I got home from work and I just sat on my computer and I worked. So on her team, what she does is she just posts a Zoom link onto her team page and says, I'm doing a hustle hour right now. If anybody else is on their computer and wants to sit down and work with me, and then they're just on Zoom and they're working together. So these, I don't want to schedule these out just because my schedule is so unpredictable sometimes. So I'm going to try to do spontaneous hustle hours throughout the month. So I'm hopefully going to give you like a 15-minute warning, like, hey, I'm going to do a hustle hour in 15 minutes. Hope to see some of you there, to give a little bit of a heads up, and then I'll post a Zoom link. And if you're free, even if it's only for 15 minutes, you guys, pop onto the Zoom link, chat a little bit, tell me what you want to do, and then let's get to work. I know that for her hustle hours, she actually like schedules them out throughout the week, because then when they go back and they talk about their weekly goals, she can then say, well, how many hustle hours did you go to? Like, when did you put in your work? And you can actually like, well, if I went to 2 hustle hours, maybe next week I should go to 3. So again, flexible because we are all part-time here. But I did want to say, you guys are all leaders too. Zoom is free. You all have a Zoom account. If you ever sit down to work the business for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you guys, throw a Zoom link up in our team page. This team page is not just for me to keep pouring out to you guys. Take some ownership. This is your team too. So if you guys, are sitting down, pull up your Zoom, start with video, copy your invitation, pop it on our team page. See if anybody wants to get on and work. Because as we know with our boot camps, we're better together. And the same thing goes for this team. So take some ownership of this team, take some ownership of your business. And if you have like an hour to sit down on a Thursday night, why not hop on Zoom and see if anybody else wants to too? So you guys can maybe talk through some kinks, or like, hey, I have this conversation going. How do you think I should? And bounce some ideas off of each other. Like, let's come together more. So I would love to see some of you guys doing your own hustle hours. And I'm going to try to do a couple throughout the month as well. We'll see how it goes. And I know that this is all kind of hard because it's like the end of the year and everything's crazy with holidays. But if we like some of these concepts, we can always tweak and revamp them as we work our way into 2019. All right. Next up, Google Streak. Okay, this is not exciting at all because I have been fighting with Google Streak for months and months and months, and maybe even a year. So Google Streak, if you're not familiar with it, it's just an add-on that you can do onto your Gmail. And it's this beautiful color-coded system to track people. This is the theme of our call. Create a system that works for you. There's no right or wrong way to track, but the longer I'm in this business, and you guys, we hear this in every single call pretty much, you gotta track. I'm not tracking. I wasn't tracking. And I'm like, oh, okay, something just clicked. And I'm like, okay, I have to do it. So you can see, I just screenshotted this. My numbers are low on here because I just started tracking. So when I sit down to work, what I do on my computer is I have up Flume. So I have a MacBook. So Flume is Instagram messaging for Macs. So I have Flume and my Streak side by side. And if a conversation is progressing or chatting kind of slight details about things, I add them to the conversation progressing side. If that starts to turn into boot camps, then I move their name into that. Or if all of a sudden, you know, she's reaching out to me about my fitness programs, she immediately goes into the talking boot camps bucket. Okay. If we're talking coaching, so you can see how I have all my buckets lined up. There are so many training calls from Beachbody coaches on YouTube about Streak. I am not the expert at all. Like, I can't even pretend to be. I'm figuring this out as I go, but I encourage you to do this as well. There's a lot of other web-based tracking. Some people like to use Google Sheets or Excel. There's something called Asana, A-S-A-N-A. There's something called Teamzy, Teamzy. You can look, you can dabble, you can decide what works for you. I'm a teacher, obviously, so I am drawn to former teacher Beachbody coaches, and I recently have a girl crush on Rachel Baldwin. She's a coach, and I just love her to pieces, and I found all of her trainings on YouTube, and she's got a good Streak training. But something else that I learned from her through Streak and through tracking is that the power is in the follow-up. So you can see on all my Streak boxes, like after the stage, I have like some notes that I might take about them, but then I have FU1, FU2, FU3, all the way to FU7. Okay, FU stands for follow-up. Don't think otherwise. So follow-up 1, follow-up 2, follow-up 3, etc. So as you can see, so right now you can just see, because I can't scroll down because this is just a screenshot, but if you look at this name, Haley Page, Talking Boot Camps, I don't have any notes on her, but I have an X on FU1. So in my Google Keep, I have all of these follow-ups. I did not create this. I stole this from Rachel Baldwin. She put it on one of her calls. I took it. I'm not reinventing the wheel here, you guys. So her follow-ups go through an amazing process. So if I were you guys, I would screenshot this so that you can kind of make it your own. But Haley Page, that girl that you just saw on my Google Streak, we've been talking about the boot camps, and she went silent. So I did follow-up 1 with her a couple days ago. Hey, did you want to chat more about, and then I actually named the group, my November group that I've got coming up this week. Okay. If she doesn't answer in 3 or 4, I go to follow-up 2, and I would put a little X on my Streak. So then when I go sit down, I can see, okay, well, I haven't heard from this girl. I'm all the way at follow-up 3 with her. What should I say now? And this lays out a beautiful system. And she said that a lot of the times it's follow-up 5 or 6 that finally gets someone to sign out with you. Like, you guys, I know Marissa's on this call right now. Marissa's my new coach. We started talking back in January. Okay. I didn't track her. Like, luckily her and I just kept like engaging with each other's stuff. But if I honestly sit here and think about how many people I've let fall through the cracks because I haven't tracked their name, like probably hundreds, if not thousands of girls. This is powerful. It's uncomfortable. You don't know what you're doing. I'm just throwing this out here because you got to admit it, but you have to force yourself to do something, whether it's Streak or something else. You have to force yourself to do something, because that's the only way that you are going to be successful with this business, is with the power of follow-ups. People say that it takes them, anywhere between 4 and 7 times to get a girl checked out. And if you're not tracking where you are with them, how the heck are you going to know? Okay, you can be missing a ton of people. So definitely keep this in mind. Again, I have all of these copied into my Google Keep, onto my sticky notes on my phone. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. It's a beautiful thing. Sorry, this person's sending me scarves, so I like my scarves. I'm a teacher. All right, I did want to talk to you guys about my 3-step process. Most of you guys know this, but a lot of the times when we are hungry for the sale or we're brand new, we can do word vomit, or we can come across as salesy. So the second that I start talking to a woman about what we do, what these challenge groups are, I always start with talking about the fitness. So this is my script word for word, copied and pasted from my Google Keep. So this is how I talk about the fitness. I talk about streaming, minimal equipment, the types of workout, how many days, how long the workouts are. But you see, I'm just giving brief little blurbs, and then I end with a question. What types of workouts do you usually like? Sometimes I change up this question. Sometimes I'll say, what are your big goals in terms of fitness? What if she's already told me what she does for fitness, then I'll ask her about her nutrition, and this kind of, will get a little bit rearranged. So then I wait for her to respond. I talk to what she said. I try to relate how we could help her just from a fitness standpoint. Then I move on to nutrition. Again, look how short that is, you guys. I don't say much. I use key words that will trigger somebody's mind to think, oh, I need this. So customizable to fit you, focuses on portion sizes rather than counting calories. People hate counting calories, okay? So if you can use these trigger words, throw them in. And then I always, again, end with a question. You got to keep the conversation going. What do you feel your biggest struggle is when it comes to nutrition? Or sometimes I've asked, do you have any dietary restrictions? Or sometimes I ask, do you ever meal prep on Sundays for the week? Anything about nutrition to keep the conversation going. And then my last piece that I always do is I tell them about our boot camp groups. I say that, sorry, I've got 10 minutes left. I tell them about the boot camps, the amazing community, the check-ins, the prizes. Keep it super simple. And then by then I should know whether or not they're interested, or I'll say, so are you ready to chat next steps? What do you think of all this? Do you have any questions for me? But basically my big takeaway is that you guys don't want to say all of this in one. You really want to chunk it up. Again, like when we think about chunking up our own goals, chunk up your conversations. Always end with a question that relates back to them, and then keep talking about them. Because if you can get them to share a little bit about themselves, you can A, write it down in the notes section of whatever it is that you're using to track, and B, use it as a follow-up. I know that you were really struggling with not eating enough, vegetables. That's really not a good example. But you get the idea that you can go back and take something that they said and use it in one of your follow-ups to really say, like, I would really love to work with you together on this. So this 3-step process for me has really, really worked well. Okay, so this is my last slide, which is perfect timing. So I want to leave you guys with this. So you guys have got this. Like, this whole system is really, really not hard. You've got to read your personal development. You've got to drink your shake, do your workout. You've got to connect with new women, follow new women, start new conversations, then invite. It's not that scary. Just do it. But you guys, more importantly, you've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent on posting, on showing up for yourself every single day, on showing up in the boot camps every single day. No one's going to put in the work for you. Like, I can lay all this out for you, and I can have all the accountability pieces and goal setting and prizes dangled out in front of you. But at the end of the day, it's you guys who need to go in and actually put in the work. And I know that so many of you, when you got started as a coach, you filled out that new coach questionnaire and you talked about your dreams and your goals and your hopes and your visions. And I want to see that for you guys. Because the second that you stop and that you literally just kind of like say, okay, I need to take a step back, you're going to see that trickle down. But the more that you're consistent and that you keep showing up, like, the better it will be in the long run, even though these months are hard. And here's what I want to leave you. So at the bottom, I have my year 1 income to year 2 income. You guys, I did this tonight, prepping for this call, and I called my husband and I said, I just need to make sure I'm doing this right. So last year, 2017, so January 2017 is when I started, to this past December. That was my first year of coaching. And I made just shy of $3,300 in the year. Okay. This year, as of right now, in 10 months, I've made just shy of $8,000 this year. So total, I've made about $11,000 so far doing Beachbody. But if you look at 3,000 compared to 8,000 from year 1 to year 2, and I'm not even done with year 2. If I stay on this track, I will have tripled my year 1 income with Beachbody. Right now, I'm making, if you divide it up evenly between the months, it's an extra $800 a month. You guys, you can do so much with $800 a month. Like I know, like I don't know how you guys are financially, but like as a teacher, like holy crap, like that's a lot. Like we make shit money. So seeing that today, like nearly brought me to tears because this is my side job. I come home from work and I could sit on Netflix. I could, go out to happy hours with my friends, but I'm choosing to come home and work this business because I'm seeing the effects of being consistent and staying with this and also being patient. Can you imagine if I would have given up after year 1? I wouldn't have made $8,000 so far this year. And if you guys are, think that that's small, I don't know. To me, it's incredible. Of course, I need to put in the little Beachbody income disclaimer, like no income is guaranteed. It all depends on your level of work and commitment. But I was really freaking proud and excited. But more importantly, I really wanted to share that with you guys to show, like, it's possible. Like, don't give up. Keep going. And, like, you could triple what you're doing right now next year or more. So I hope that kind of helped light a fire with you guys to hear that kind of success, because I know a lot of you are still in your first year. So wait until year 2, you guys. Like, it's going to keep going. Like, stay with this. So that's all. Those are all my slides. That's all I have on here. So I'm going to stop the share, look at your beautiful faces. And does anybody have any questions? We have like 4 minutes left. Sorry, I talked a lot.
I have a question.
Hey.
How's it going? So if they're having that promotion in November, does that mean we make less on each challenge pack that we're selling? Okay.
Yeah, your commission will be less. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the only bummer. But I mean, the idea is that hopefully you would sell more just because you're like, oh, it's on sale. And people are like, yay, sale.
I mean, I have like 3 people right now that are like, oh, I don't know, it's a lot of money, but I really want to do it.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. Anybody who's ever given you any price objections, dude, November 1st, Thursday, hit them with this.
Oh my God.
I'm running $20 off right now. Flash sale, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Get it while it's hot.
No, I think, I could probably get like 3 people in the first week.
Yeah. I think it's incredible. Yeah.
So that'd be good for me.
Yes.
Let's see if everybody else.
Anybody else? How you guys feeling? Feeling good? Molly's still working on her pumpkin.
I have a question. I was just wondering,